So we do not have a presenter today, but we do for June 10th. IPA is going to review their portal again on how to use it and how to get your clients into the portal and connected with employers. So we will send out a reminder for that. But today we're just going to take some general Q&As. If anyone has questions that they would like answered. I'm looking to see where my colleagues are. I see Diana's on, and I'm not sure if Nate or Larry is able to join today.
Yeah, Nate just jumped on.
Oh, okay, thanks. Hi, Nate.
Hmm.
Hello.
So, I'll try to see the chat. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I better turn my camera on. So, let's go ahead. Does anyone have questions? Anything they'd like to talk about today? Feel free to raise your hand or type in the chat, whichever you prefer. And Nate, right before, I'm not sure if you were on yet, but I was just letting them all know that June 10th we will have IPA talk about the portal.
Okay, cool.
So I see something in the chat. We are having issues with people having multiple accounts in Illinois WorkNet. How do we navigate that? Oh, not good. I don't think David's on here.
He just joined.
Oh,
Yep.
great. David, do you have any
I don't know if it's me or if it's Michelle, but she's breaking up. Did anybody else have that?
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Michelle, if you want to
Oh,
repeat
sorry.
yourself.
Okay, let me
Thank you. Yeah, try again,
I
Michelle.
wonder why. Sorry, I don't know why that's happening. Uh
I think she
I
froze
lost
again.
her.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
David, it's Diana Fuller. We have a question in the chat regarding individual having multiple accounts in Illinois WorkNet.
having
You want to speak to
issues.
that? She's still trying to talk.
Yeah, so I would say I think I joined after the chat was added, so I can't quite see how it was worked. But that could be one of two things. That could be um if there may be some existing Illinois WorkNet accounts that are not yet in CEJA, and we just need to do some data cleanup there. That would be something where you could, well, both cases would be where you could submit a help request ticket and I can take a look further into there. But then that could either be, one of two things where I just need to do some account cleanup to make sure the one on file syncs up to what we are, what's being entered in the system, or um, if that customer already exists in the CEJA reporting system, then um, we might have to, if there's a duplicate account, then we'll have to, have a programmer remove one of them, and then you should be able to, proceed with the other one. But in both cases, that would be, a situation where you can submit a help request ticket to me, and we'll,
So
get.
David, you want them to just what should they submit the list of names that have shown up as duplicate to you? And I guess please also copy your RA on those. But is that what you're saying is just have them send you a list of those names?
Yeah, yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay. Do you envision, or maybe do you work with other programs who would allow the grantee themselves to verify? Like, because I'm wondering, like, aren't there going to be cases where the person already has a WorkNet account, but all we need to do is kind of sync them, right? And so if is there a possibility for hey, the name and the email address are the same. Let's link these accounts. Is there any way of that moving over to the grantee, or do we just want to keep that with with y'all's team for now?
Yeah, I think that's something we could maybe explore in the future, but I think for now, for the time being, probably best to, leave it with, SIU's team to
Okay.
get these accounts resolved.
That makes sense. And so I guess like you explained, there's kind of two things that could happen there is that they've already got an account in the system and we just need to sync them, or they've got a name that's the same as somebody who already has an account and we need to make sure that they're separate. And so in either case, send that list of names to David, Natasha, and then copy your RA.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, I turned my camera off hoping that helps my connection. So hopefully you can all hear me okay. I see a question from Shanta.
Hello, is there a way where we can see if they have multiple accounts before we put their whole application in?
Not before pre-screening. No,
So
but
if
yeah,
we was to
before.
search the person's name, it doesn't come up, and then we can't just like add to it versus
Yeah,
because
because in some cases, and this is where it gets a little tricky, is that the customers would have, in some cases, there's a customer who has, multiple Illinois WorkNet accounts, whether they were, added in IWTS or another program in Illinois WorkNet, or if they just, created one, one day and, kind of forgot about it. So then, um, what the information that's entered, up to the pre-screening, but, right before the application, where there's that, account check. Um, if there's, multiple um, accounts, I'll check those accounts based on the information that's been saved, name, email address, and date of birth, and verify that, the accounts that we have, or, those account conflicts, um, that, we get the right one. And sometimes like an update needs to be made where, maybe the customer's name being added into the system has junior, added to the last name, but the one that we have, on file doesn't. So we need to, make that, um, distinction there. And in some cases, there's like an email address that's, shared between, um, two different people. And so we need to make sure that, the right, that because that could come up in account if, you're adding John Smith, but, Jane Smith is also using that same email address. We need to, make the updates to make sure that the right, correct account is getting synced.
Thanks, David. I do have a question from Saya, uh, wanting to know if we can implement a system update to make opening activities for a cohort of participants
Hi,
mass.
sorry.
Yeah, no, go
Um,
ahead. Thank you.
yeah, of course. So I was wondering if it's possible to, I know JTED had a system where we could open activities for an entire cohort in mass, and I was wondering if we could do that with CEJA as well. I think it would be more efficient and just save a lot of time.
So was this I might be getting my programs confused. Is this for JTED or Illinois Works that this one?
JTED, and
JTED?
if you need, I can film myself walking through the JTED, opening up all the activities in mass.
Well, I don't think since I think we're recording this, I don't know if we want to show
Oh, not now, sorry, at a later
Okay.
time.
Yeah, yeah. I think I know what, right? It's been a while since I've looked at that report, but And I'd have to look into a few things, but yeah, if you could just send me an email of that report just to make sure that we're looking at, the right one.
Of
Um,
course.
that's something I can take a look into.
Thank you. So I have another question from Catrice. We have a few clients that we were able to access at one time in the reporting system and have completed training with our Workforce Hub. Recently, we have not been able to access them. We have already submitted a help desk request. Should we resubmit it? Do we know why this is occurring?
For that, Catrice, if you could reply to the help request, there's a lot of it come up lately for me and some of our different programs. So I just want to make sure I got eyes on the right one. I think that'd be a situation where I'd have to take a closer look to see, which customers, whether a data fix needs to be added or it's possible that the customers are transferred to another provider there. And one of the updates that we've rolled out with the last sprint update will help us to kind of track the customers movement there if there was a transfer. But if you could just reply back to that help request ticket, that way we don't have two of the same tickets out there. We can take a look at that as well.
Okay, I'll reply to it once we get off this meeting.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
And David, it looks like there's another one for you. How do we make sure we are notified when someone is transferred to us?
Now, I believe, and I'm double checking here, we do have an up. Actually, I don't know if that's out there yet, but I think that's something we're going to be working on very soon is when a customer, let's see here, just make sure. Um, okay, so that's something we haven't created yet, but it looks like that could potentially be included very soon, is that we have or we're going to make an update so that when the transfers are rejected or accepted, that an email would go out. And yeah, so we do have that coming in the future as an update to have the confirmation of the email or of the transfer request being accepted or rejected. And again, just to make sure, because we have the emails going out when the transfers are initiated, but just to make sure that in case those are going to a spam or junk folder, that you're checking that dashboard, that first row where it has those open transfer requests that have been sent to to your organization.
Thank you, David. Let's see. Looks like we have another question for you, David. Waukegan CEJA Workforce Hub is experiencing some issues with entering referrals into the Illinois WorkNet system. Despite multiple attempts, our team has been unable to successfully submit referrals for CEJA participants through Illinois WorkNet. Um, we have verified that participant information is entered correctly and that enrollment steps are completed to the best of our knowledge. However, Illinois WorkNet platform does not permit us to finalize the referral process.
I think that would be another case of if you could, Tracy, submit a help request ticket with, a specific customer, even like one specific customer where, there's not the expected outcome. If you could send that to me, we can take a closer look at that.
Any other questions? And I hope you all can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you,
Oh,
Michelle.
okay, thanks. I was hoping I'm back in business here. Any comments? If not, this is going to be an awfully short TA session. No comments? Anything anyone wants to discuss?
I did get a question in the chat about just an update on year two renewals. I think that was from a navigator.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry, missed it.
I think it came to me privately, but I just was just going to mention that
Oh,
if you're a navigator and you haven't had a kind of a one-on-one with, well, maybe not one-on-one, but if you haven't had a dedicated webinar uh, meeting with our team to discuss that year two renewal, likely this week will be when you have that meeting. I think the Climate Works and Hub Workforce Hub folks, we've kind of had at least one kind of touch point to talk about those submissions. And if you're a navigator and you haven't had that this week, will be when you have that. So stay tuned. You should be getting word from your RA or grant manager about that pretty soon.
yes. Thanks, Nate. Thanks for that update. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing any other questions, and I don't see any hands raised. All right, so I guess we can let you.
Michelle, I just want to real
Yes.
quickly announce a reminder too about if in case they haven't reached it yet. I know it was a holiday weekend. Friday, the team sent out information or sent out the certificate of completion that all the grantees can start utilizing for any participants that have graduated going forward. It's not expected that you issue those certificates to any previous completer or graduates of the programs, but you're more than welcome to. There is the expectation, though, that going forward, those certificates are issued to any participants that have completed the programs, and that information is uploaded into their participant file in Illinois WorkNet. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's it. Any other announcements or things that might have happened last week that we need to just kind of remind the group about going forward? Any questions on the certificate? We had a TA about that, and that's posted in the partner guide and also in the email that was issued by your RA last week. So please start handing out those certificates.
We have a quiet bunch today. Okay, again, if you do have any questions about any of that, just reach out to your RA. Any other announcements? Hey, well, we'll let you. I know you've got to all probably have a very busy day after a 3-day weekend, so we'll give you some time back and see you on the 10th for our IPA portal training.